the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, the 8-time Deathmatch Tournament winner, the former 2-time world champion, the owner of H2O Wrestling. And if there is one podcast to listen to, that is the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get ultraviolet, motherfuckers.
And good evening once again, fans. You're listening to the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. They're more than welcome to come on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, those girls pop good like.
Alright. It's a budget thing. Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now. And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. My guest at this time, Indy pro wrestler Garrisaon Creed. How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful today. How are you?
Good. How was your workout at the gym, as you were telling me before?
It's pretty good. Fridays are kind of like a cleanup day, so pretty much hitting it hard all week, and whatever is not sore on Friday, I make sore.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. You know what? Just stay fit. That's what it is. You know, it's keep the body toned, and you know, because you're gonna be like you got a busy couple weeks coming up. You know?
Yeah, that's my schedule all the time. I try to keep it crammed full of action-packed items all throughout the weekends, all throughout the week. I'm a road warrior. I stay out there. I stay active.
You gotta, man. And if there's not a gym, you know what? A nice walk in a park or a jog, you know, come on, or a hike up a mountain or something, you know.
You find a playground somewhere. They got monkey bars. You can do some pull-ups and crap on that.
Yeah, it's true. Since they're now open again, you know, kids,
exactly.
You know, you go to the schools.
Yep.
You know, but anyway, man, it's So, what got you into wrestling as a professional wrestler?
As a professional wrestler, it's kind of a long story. I mean, I've always been a fan. I mean, I vaguely remember watching the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3, the Body Slam heard around the world. But what really sunk me in was when WCW debuted Nitro. It wasn't the big names that brought me in. It wasn't the Lugers and the Hogans and the Ric Flairs. It was these younger guys that they were coming on, and the Chris Jerichos, the Eddie Guerreros, these crazy luchadors from Mexico, Psychosis, Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrera,
Jerry Lynn. Lynn. Gotta throw him in. Lance Storm,
Dean Malenko, Lance Storm. And then that got me hooked, and I had to watch it. I mean, I was all about the technical aspects and then the high flying and such. So it was the solid mid card at WCW that got me into it. But upon graduating high school, not exactly knowing what I wanted to do in life, having no wrestling connections whatsoever. I mean, like any kid realizing, hey, I'm not going to grow up to be the star quarterback to a football team. I'm going to go get myself a real job. Yeah, I went another direction. I went and joined the service. I became Army infantry.
Oh, awesome!
Did that for a time. Got out, got my college degree, got my big boy job. White picket fence. Never really was my thing. And then I realized for 8 years I lived down the road from a professional wrestling trainer, like a 5-minute drive. Why the hell am I not there? So here I am, 32 years old, didn't even start my dream, gave up on it way before I even started, stumble upon it, and I found out about it, gave the guy a call. That Sunday I started my classes.
Took the bumps, took the bumps, and it's tough the first time around, and then you pick it up.
And he definitely, I came out of the dojo Pain in Maribel, Wisconsin, led by Shane Hills, formerly the Mercury One program that Ken Kennedy and Hornswoggle both came out of. And Shane has the idea of, hey, your first day, you want to step into this ring, I'm going to make you quit. That's his goal. If you keep coming back, obviously your goal to stay here is stronger than my goal to make you quit. There's got to be something. So I just kept persevering, and that training with him lasted Well, honestly, it never stopped. I mean, I kept going there for over a year, but I still, anytime I get a chance to roll around in the ring with them, I go back and do so.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, yeah, those guys right there are pretty good people on the scene today. They're still active. Do you see that? Like, it's amazing.
And it's I also run across Ken Kennedy's students. He's got a wonderful program, the Academy out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he's just got phenomenal talent just being pumped out of that school. I can't talk to I talk them up all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. You probably think, man, you know what? I could do this. I could train kids. You do a seminar, or
Not quite.
No, but you always give
let me travel the planet a couple of times more.
But give some kids tips and a little bit of tips. Yeah,
a little bit here and there. Yeah, I especially like working with the new guys, the hungry guys that want to go on out there, and they don't care if there's maybe it's on a show that's got a bad draw and they only have 30 people in the crowd. Hey, do you know what? Let's go out there and let's still kill it, because that 30 people will go and bring back 2 friends next time, and eventually that 30 people will turn into 120 or turn into 200, and now hey, we're off to the races, putting out some high quality product.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's smaller like venues that really you could really get a good people really don't know. You get good shows out of those places, really do.
Yeah. You do, and the fans they're hungry. They crave it. They love that interpersonal relationship, knowing that they're so close to the action. They actually feel like they're part of the show.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some of these shows nowadays, it's like standing. They stand by the ring almost. It's like that's the trust they have with, the
best ones.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like tonight, man, they're. Actually, right now there's a pay-per-view going on. It's called ICW's No Holds Barred going on right now. And that's a little that's a little bit of that.
The one down in Milwaukee.
Jersey.
Okay, ICW Jersey. Gotcha.
New York. Excuse me, ICW New York.
Yeah, we also have we run an ICW out here in Milwaukee too, and they've gathered themselves on the Fight TV a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Well, last night they did something really cool. They actually brought out a cage, one of those pit fighter cages.
Sweet.
Something now. I know. No holds barred.
Let's do it.
I'll tell you what, man. They have just like the roster, like the guys that are deathmatch wrestlers, and also they have other guys as well. It's not all but world known. Like these guys have been across the world and shit. It's like, wow. But
that's like the ICW down in Milwaukee. They also dabble into the deathmatch stuff, and they've had it before where hey, they were having ring trouble, so they were like, hey, screw it, just go get the mats, put them on the floor. We'll have a no ring show.
Mm-hmm. That's popular too. Yep, the ring shows are very popular. Coming little places here and there at bars and whatnot. Locations.
I may be dabbling in 1 or 2 of them here coming soon. Watch and see.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I mean, my friends are actually, let's see, I could actually say the Rejects. John Wayne Murdoch and Guy Bentley.
Sweet.
They're good friends of mine too. Crashed in my house. Love to tell this story. I always tell that story. The one year they came to my house for a show, and it was summertime, and I even had an old XPW wrestler stay at my house as well.
Not
the
bad.
one and only homeless Jimmy. The bum from Cali. Yes.
Well, I'm sure he appreciated having a couch.
Yeah, he did. Or he was going to pull out the cardboard box out of my garage. But road stories, man. It's kind of cool to hear like different stories of them, and like in your home, like different stories you talk about and shit. It's like, wow, man, you really have it. And the stories you don't know people talk about, and it's like, oh god, you don't want to tell that story to the public. Keep those private.
I know what you're talking about. I stopped over by a buddy today, Rough Rider Rajan, who used to work for Ohio Valley back in the day. and we were kind of reminiscing. He was asking me about my recent trip to the Indy Wrestling Expo down in Dallas, Texas, and how I was talking with Mr. Plonk, Miranda Gordy, Rodney Mack, Jazz, and just kind of like I spent 3 days down there, so I'm talking that's plenty of time to kind of grow these friendships. I also brought up a couple of times I went up to Canada and I was at the bar just having a couple of drinks with Chase Owens. How Chase Owens and I had a drinking contest one night to see who would fall out first, all on Johnny Devine's tab because he wanted to see who could outdrink who.
Right. That's awesome. That's like stories, man. I just got in contact with actually my coworker his daughter is married to Scott Bigelow.
Oh, okay.
Bam Bigelow. Yeah, Bam. He's right up the road from my house. Like
awesome.
small world, like really. And
it is.
He tells the stories about how his dad, it's just cool shit, man. I wish I was around when his dad was really wrestling a lot. But I did see a lot of his matches, in Jersey and wherever. WrestleMania too, I think.
Well, I'm sure
on pay-per-views.
Right up his alley. It's his backyard.
Yeah, and then I just bought a hat at a garage at a flea market this week. I went down to like a local state park flea market, and this lady was selling hats. I looked at the hat. It was Diamond Dallas Page, DDP Yoga. well, guess what? It was his sister. Selling merchandise. I'm like, holy shit!
Because easy access to signed memorabilia right there. Family.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, he actually had like a couple dolls in his shirts, and I saw the DP Yoga hat, and I'm like, you know what? How much is this? All right, $5. It's yours. Sweet. I was like, yeah, I know him personally. Like, he grew up in my town. Grew in Jersey.
Put it right up on the shelf.
I know, right? Should have him sign it.
Exactly.
If he ever comes around, DDP, come on, wherever you are.
Yeah, the guy seems to be quite busy himself too.
Yeah, he is doing all those training all that yoga and seminars and big corp. He got himself something good there. I'll tell you, he really put himself into something that helps.
And it's helping a ton of people. I mean, even I got a hold of a DDP program. Some of the early stuff he did during this early parts of the COVID quarantine, just to get a workout in, take care of some aches and pains. And my God, my hips and my lower back have never felt better. It's I've worked his routines have kind of made it into my workout routine right now because they work.
Yeah,
it's great.
You know what? I've never gotten a workout by a wrestler. I'll watch it and just say I have. But my buddy actually used to go to the gym and my another coworker, and he actually trained. Speaking of WCW, Malice,
okay.
aka the Wall from WCW,
yep.
Used to train at the local gym with him all the time.
Sweet deal.
I mean, my friend's a football, player back in high school days, but he's jacked. He's like a superpower dude,
No, you keep at it, you can keep that on for ages. I mean, I'm kind of doing the same thing.
But yet he has bad knees. He's had surgery so many times on his knees and the ankles.
Oh yeah,
wear and tear.
Yeah, that's the load bearing hinges.
Did you grow up playing sports? Did you grow up playing any sports?
Yeah, I played football. I wrestled also in grade school and then high school. I was never really like great at it. I'm just an old farm boy being told, "Hey, go hit the guy with the ball." All right.
Yeah.
And then wrestling, well, that kind of became second nature. I liked it. I mean, I never went to state or anything like that. Kind of a lot of goofing around and stuff like that. I just did it for the participation, the fun, and staying in shape while I was in school.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. A lot of my friends as well. That's what they did in school. They wrestled, man. They could have had a good career, but they never did. They just played football and wrestled.
I continued some of the extracurriculars when I was in service.
Mm-hmm.
We participated anytime we had any Army combatives, ground fighting techniques, Hoist Gracie techniques. It was designed after. I also took a couple of boxing classes. When we were in Iraq, we would set up Monday night fights and have a couple of the boys put the gloves on and kind of duke it out just to pass the time and provide ourselves a little bit of entertainment at the same time. And it kept it gave us a reason to be in shape while we're overseas. We don't exactly have access to the nice gym equipment that they got over there now. It was just something to do.
Yeah, now they got the big monster tires and tread tracks and this and that.
I mean, they practically have professional level gyms and performance centers, set up on deployment.
But I want to say thank you for your service. My dad's actually a vet, Vietnam vet as well.
Well, he's a bigger badass than I am.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what? Thank you for your service. Doing what
no problem. It's it gave me a lot of life experiences. It helped me grow up a lot.
I took the test in school. I failed. I went to one of those school tests. I tried it. And then I had a friend of mine actually went to the service, and then he went missing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he just left the barrack or whatever, and just never was found. AWOL? Yeah, AWOL, I guess, or whatever. But he's back home. I found him. I said, "Hey, what are you doing out?" But he never got into it.
I guess.
Jiu-jitsu, karate background he had, so go figure. Okay. But there's another style. People, karate. Also, a lot of people. I'm sure. Have you done any karate or martial arts?
While ever tried? Building off of the ground fighting and the boxing techniques I learned in service, I did follow up in college. I went through the college I went to had a karate and taekwondo program, so I went through that. The school itself, I went over there and they had a combat eskrima class. And then, further on, I tried my hand at a couple of cage fights, and to get in shape for those, I found a local Hapkido instructor and trained up in that as well. So I got a little bit of a background, here and there, all over. More tested under fire, a lot of sparring training versus form training. But it helped me. It kept me active while I was, doing things, while I was kind of still finding, my footing into things. I mean, if I would have known about professional, this trainer here, professional wrestling, I probably would have done it at 28 instead of 32.
Yeah. And look at a lot of these guys now, coming off. Actually, I'll tell you what, there's so many guys you could look on the indie scene and see that are doing it, like Fit, Dominic Greeny, like people like that. Thatcher, or no, Tom. Oh, what the heck's his name? Oh, Timothy Thatch. Is it Timothy?
Yeah, Tim Thatcher. No. He got signed in NXT. He just debuted just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I mean, guys like that, man.
Him and Walter gave a seminar when I went over and tried out for Evolve last November. Was it last November? Yeah, last November or so. And that was a hell of an experience. Kind of learning directly from him. Kind of that whole realistic approach to grappling and how put that into your routine, your technical ability.
Evolve, man. People don't even talk about. I talk about that a lot. Like, Evolve is an awesome promotion. Like, they've had some really fantastic talent come from all walks of life.
Look how many of those talents moved on into NXT. NXT still has to debut now that Evolve got absorbed in the WWE. I think they signed 4 for sure, maybe 5, maybe 6 guys.
Actually, one of my wrestler friends, actually Joe Gacy from Combat Zone Wrestling, just got signed.
Yep.
The chainsaw. So yeah. Actually, speaking of him, he's actually having a match tonight versus Tony Deppen in that ICW No Holds Barred volume.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like his final oof, you know?
There we go.
I know. So he could, but Tony Deppen's Tony Deppen's actually in the Ring of Honor's tournament coming up that they announced that big
that pure wrestling tournament that they're coming up.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to watching Silas Young participate in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's another guy just got signed, or he just broke it out. Sledge. So shout out to him. Sledge, big Sledge, the heavy metal maniac. You know, he's pretty.
Awesome.
I know people are just starting to. I had him on the pop. You know, that's what you do. You get these people you get people that start in the business, and then look back on the.
I'm starting to kind of see a pattern here with the COVID quarantine thing going on. You're starting to see. There's guys in the indies that are dropping off. They haven't stayed up to date on social media. They're not staying active, or if they have been coming onto a show, they weren't staying active in the gym. Some feds too. I mean, you don't see any some fed names. They just kind of dropped off. They weren't able.
Yeah, like combat. Yep, like combat. Yep. Sees it up.
But on the flip side of it, you're seeing these guys that managed to survive throughout the quarantine that have, they figured out their online stores. They're staying social media active. They're interacting a lot with their fans.
That's what I was telling. I think I was telling somebody last night, or the guy I had on last night, and I was saying that they were doing a lot of online auctions were going on.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of virtual meet and greets and this and that,
Cameo is starting to blow up. Doing the little paid messages. You send a little video thing to fans. Now, anytime when shows are happening, I mean, larger shows, of course, you see these guys that are staying in social media active. They're just showing up at these shows, knocking on the door, going, "Hey, do you got a spot?" And next thing you know, they're getting picked up. And I took advantage of this going down to Dallas, and I'm taking advantage of it these next 3 weekends, showing up at Warrior in Chicago.
I'll tell you what, Warrior's awesome. I like talking. That's a great company. They do great work. They have a lot of good talent.
That's what I've been hearing. I got to meet a fair share of the talent while I was down in Dallas, so I'm looking forward to running into them again and just meeting Steve, the guy that runs Warrior, and introducing myself and seeing what he's got to offer me, what I can offer to them as well, and looking forward to doing some business.
Would you like to come to? Have you ever come to the East Coast, or would you like to?
I have made my debut over at the Monster Factory. I have a buddy that lives here. He's a Monster Factory graduate, Rico De La Vega.
Okay, cool.
He threw me in the car with him to go over for their Thanksgiving pay-per-view last year, and got participated in a 6-man tag and got to do their battle royal.
Oh, sweet! That's awesome, man. Yeah, Monster Factory. There's another company, man. Look at that. That company really, they have the training and where the stars are today. I know, it's amazing.
They got some solid talent coming out of there too. I also went over to West Virginia and did a show for Real Shoot Wrestling as well.
Real Shoot, I've heard of that. That's where they, right? You guys, like, it's shoot styles almost, or no? It's just.
No, it's still
wrestling.
It's just more of a name than anything, but really, when you're got in there, I mean, if you got anybody that's highly trained in the profession that we're doing, these guys can shoot.
Yeah. You throw yourself against Ken Shamrock, right?
I'm game. Let's go. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, if he still has the muscle, right? The power.
Oh, he does.
He does.
He's been on Impact. He's still killing it.
He is, or like a Dan Severn,
Oh, yeah. I don't think that guy's ever going to lose it.
No, I saw it. I was watching like a was it like last summer or one summer, and they did like they actually called it Bloodsport 1 year for like a wrestling game changer wrestling.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, and they are doing another one coming up with GCW. Yes. They're doing the Collective in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, a whole weekend of lots of companies, lots of wrestling.
I'm looking into that. My schedule's already clear. October 9th, 10th, and 11th. Hey, knock, knock. I'm going to be there. Mm-hmm. So if anybody's looking for an extra talent that they want to throw in, hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look this guy up. Come on, get him on there. You know, I mean, look at the promotions they're bringing in. They have a good lineup.
I mean, the lineups are crazy.
And not only that, the female show Shimmer is coming back.
Yes.
Like, wow, you know, we can't leave that out, ladies. You know, come on.
Of course not. I mean, the women's wrestling has evolved so much, and just even the short amount of time that I've been in this business, watching it 5 years ago to what it is now, watching it from '98 when I started wrestling to now. I mean, mind's blown. I mean, they're going out there. They're blowing the men's matches away. I mean, they're incredible.
I mean, now and fast forward now, it's like you look on TV. There's Thunder Rosa, and there's.
I got to watch her defend the NWA title in Dallas, and watching her have a match live was, I mean, it was art. I mean, the technical prowess of that young woman is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gonna have an awesome career with them. You know, I'm proud of her. We're proud of her. You know, and a lot of the other ladies as well. You know, there's so many people on that show. They just keep on adding more names now. Like I'm like, who are these two people from more WWE stars, females? I'm like, what is this? But
next thing you know, where every town's gonna have a homemade star. So. Just like AEW is doing right now, bringing all this talent to AEW Dark. I mean, they're bringing guys all across the country, giving them an opportunity to be on national television.
How would you like that? Would you love it? Oh man, you would eat it up.
I would. Hey, this soldier only needs one shot, and I'm going to take a highly trained shot and make it worthwhile. And from what I've seen on AEW Dark, I mean, that's what each one of those guys are doing. And now all those guys, I mean, if they don't get signed with AEW, they're going to go back home and they're going to be that star that, you know, that went out and they did something. And you know what? Within the next year or two, I bet you they're going to start traveling more. They're going to do more. We're going to have more made stars just because of AEW Dark.
I like the product. Do you? I love it. I just love it. It's just a good, different style. It's a different style.
You know, it's a different variety of products. I like to break down professional wrestling as in, I mean, you got your, like back in the day, you had your WWE and then you had your WCW. It's wrestling, but they're two distinct products. Now, I mean, we have this the high flying style. You have Japanese strong style. You have
the ECW hardcore style. Yeah, come on.
You have the hardcore. You got death matches. You got no ring style. You got technical. You know, Bret Hart, Chris Benoit type stuff. I mean, you got so many different products now. It's so diverse. I mean, you can find it anywhere you want. I mean, it all depends. You know, everybody's got a fix. Just got to point them in the right direction.
Did you watch the pay-per-view? I caught it. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I haven't had a chance to watch anything except brief the first match of NXT this week.
Yeah.
With Adam
Cole. So you play catch up. You know, that's what I try to do when I'm at work. I try to, or I'll look online and see what the results. But I don't want to give it away. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, what happened now? All right, Cody's out.
Same thing. And following social media, it's so hard when you don't want to get the spoilers. And bam, there it is. I'm like,
there it is. Then you wait till Cody Rhodes comes back. You know, come on, we're just like waiting for that. You know, when he gets back into the ring again. You know.
Yep.
You know, it's like we miss him. You know, we're seeing more Hardy than anything. You know, I mean, I was looking back at Jeff Hardy, and I was looking at. I found out I was looking on my, and I totally forgot about it. I saw him at a local anniversary show, and then he did like a TNA house show as well, like in like the week before it and after.
Okay.
I was like, holy shit! Like, this is like a different style Hardy, like with his brother, of course,
Yep. And they once they were released from WWE back then, and then they were doing the TNA stuff and then the independent stuff, they really branched out with different aspects of their characters and be able to do different things, and then they were able to bring it back together and come back with their old style all over again.
Man, but yeah, just to see them, and it's like, wow. You look back and you're like, these guys used to be really good on TV, really were, like just two country boys that, guys from just a farm, and just tore it up in the backyard, backyard wrestling days.
On a trampoline of all things.
Yeah, and there's a kid that's still doing it. Superhuman, shout out to him. There's a crazy character. You see that guy?
I've seen the videos.
Shout out to him and my Booker friend, Bill from Indy Connect. This is this guy right there. Gets all his fun bookings with Ethan Page and all ego, Oh man. I mean, there's a guy that does Twitch. All these guys do Twitch too. A lot of these wrestlers do Twitch wrestling, like gaming.
I did a show in Oklahoma back in June, and they didn't have much of a live draw. I mean, we were just opening up from COVID and that. I think they brought in like 30, and the guys running it were like, "Oh, don't worry, we have a large Twitch following." My old ass, what's Twitch?
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, oh, it's a subscription service. We provide at $5 a month. They get 4 shows. How many do you get for that? I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, Twitch was I think Twitch really was more for gaming instead of like doing podcasts, and I guess people just wanted a different way to spread
it's another
social media.
Another media.
Yeah, media's media, I mean, hell, TikTok has media now. Shit. What else?
Music and do a stupid dance and get 10,000 followers.
Yeah, get a GIF, right? Get a GIF, little animation gift, and send money to somebody.
There you go. Easy money.
We never had that stuff when we were growing up. Come on, we had the Vine. That when Vine was around, what was we could have made it. We could have made money on Vine.
I had AOL Messenger.
Okay.
I'm old. I had that.
Yeah, the old chat rooms. Yeah, the old find your friend from down the street.
That never really worked out that well.
No, I remember I used to have a group in Jersey. Actually, we would all meet up at a bar, actually a pizzeria all the time, and just go drink it.
There you go. Much more productive.
Yeah, actually Uno's good pizzeria. So hey, they picked a good place to go. Yeah,
go for some pizza right now. Well, I am going to be in Chicago tomorrow. I might have to get some deep dish while I'm down there.
How far away are you from Chicago?
About 3 hours.
About 12 hours from me. The car.
I've done that drive too.
Yes. I've been down that way for freelance and GCW one time only.
Well, I'm hoping after these next couple of weekends that I am
speaking of freelance, they will be on that.
They will be on the collective, yes.
Yeah, can't leave that out.
Yep. And again, if people didn't know, that's going to be October 9th, 10th, and 11th.
And people don't know, check it out because Kylie Ray will be in the house. Ooh, one talented female. She's awesome.
Yes, that she is. I mean, anybody who's a name in indie wrestling is going to be at that event, and on top of it, you're going to see so many more names be made that weekend. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I just saw like Jonathan Gresham versus Lee Moriarty. Like there you go. Let me talk about let me talk about like two different worlds right there. Those guys are going to be, Josh, Jonathan Gresham. Come on, man.
Yeah, that right there, that match alone is worth a $25 fee.
That's like you're getting that's like a Ring of Honor show match right there. I would say.
Yes, that's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lee Meyer, whatever his name, Moriarty or whatever, Moriarty. He's he's the future, like we say. Everybody's the future. He's got something, along with the other guys, But he's gonna lock up with Jonathan. Man, he doesn't know what he's. That's a good, because Jonathan really can do some technical moves, like offset him, and
I got to spend some time with him while I was up for Canadian Wrestling's Elite back in 2017. Spent about 3 weeks together on the road on the same roster, and I got to jump in there a couple of times and do a little bit of training with him. Learn some things. I'm never going to be able to move the way that he does.
Right. It's awesome though, but yeah, he's still out there doing his thing,
and amazingly.
Yeah. And his girlfriend, there you go, another female that's real talented.
I got to see her lock up with Miranda Gordy down in Dallas, and they physically tore the place apart. They took one whole section of chairs and beat each other with it. Mm-hmm. They tore the place up. It was spectacular.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Two good talents, man. Two talent, all talents. But let's talk more about you, man. All right, we're talking too much indie talk, right? We got to get some more questions. All right. First event you attended as a fan of wrestling growing up.
As a fan of wrestling growing up. Actually, I didn't attend anything as a fan until a SmackDown in Green Bay a couple of months after I started training. Otherwise, before that, shoot, crap, take that back. In South Korea, when I was stationed there, the USO brought in a show that featured Gangrel, Norman Smiley, and Viscera.
Oh, jeez! Wow!
So my first indie show was in South Korea.
That must have been interesting. Yeah. Wow.
And I got to meet Gangrel and Viscera. Not realizing I was going to run into Gangrel so many times in this business now. Still haven't told them that the first time I met him was in South Korea. I'm one of these times when I get to sit down with him, I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, he's doing good things too, man. He's got his school.
Yep.
Saw a video of him with the showing up, talking a little bit.
He also seems like he's in amazing shape yet. Like he moves very well still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? I think I remember seeing Viscera at a show, like at a signing show one time at a college. Yeah.
He was also, for such a large, intimidating man, he was a class act when I got to meet him too.
I think I also saw Zbyszko was there too. Oh wow, there we go.
There's somebody, yeah.
Zbyszko and Coco B, the Birdman. You know what? I'll tell you what. When I went to when I was going to Chicago, I went to the Pro Wrestling Tee store. Okay. When I was shitty. Well, actually. All Out was happening. AEW was doing all that. Okay. One of their pay-per-views, and Tito Santana was there. I'm like, hey, what's up, Tito? He's a local. He goes to every show. He's like, hey, he says, you're David, aren't you? I'm like, no, you know my name. God damn it. And then cut a promo with him.
That's even more humbling that he knows you, that you run into him. He's like a legend and he knows you.
Because he comes to these local cheap shows and you're like, okay, hey, you know your fan base, I guess, from the years, and
that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like whenever I talk to just everybody, man. It's just they know who you are. Nowadays it's like, wow, who are you? I don't know. Are you Deathmatch Russell? Yeah, that's me. I'm the one in the front row bleeding. No, I'm kidding. No blood, never. Actually, I did get kicked in the head at a show. I was just watching it last night. I got kicked in the head doing security. Whoops.
I was gonna say that's always the risk of being right there ringside.
Yeah, well, packing a house full of people and just sell out in my hometown. It was pretty,
There you go.
Wasn't paying attention during the Rumble.
Especially that's when you're always going to have somebody fall in your lap.
Mm-hmm. But I sucked it up. I had a nice welt on my forehead, side of my face, and I actually had to set up a ladder for one of my friends wrestling in the match because he wanted to hop off the ladder into the ring. He actually, as a gimmick, they wanted to try something different, switch it up, and he landed it, and he won the match.
That's something. I mean, anything to do that to get your moment.
Mm-hmm. I'll send you that footage if you want to see it. The Battle Royal.
Sure.
All right. That night had actually it was who the heck was there? The main event was Killer Cross. There it was. Yeah, Killer Cross versus oh jeez. Oh no, was it? Oh shit! What the hell's his name, man? Now I'm gonna. So many names on there.
Killer Cross and now Karrion Cross. I mean, that's another favorite of mine too. Watching them live in Wrestling Revolver. Sometimes I went out there and helped out with them. I mean, that's.
Oh, let me see here.
He's just got an aura to him once he shows up.
Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find that name. It's gonna piss me off if I don't know it. I've seen him wrestle so many times. He's a great wrestler. He's supposed to come on my podcast one of these days. And it's not telling me. Love it. When you put a card on here, people, put the names. Whatever. Anyway, he had a good match with him, I believe. Actually, no, he faced Killer face Gacy, I believe.
Okay.
But I want to say Donovan something is a local. I don't know. Whatever. Huh?
Not Dijakovic, would it?
No. Oh, this guy. I can't think of his name, man. They have a picture of him. It's pissing me off now. Hold on. I'll show a picture. Let's see if you can see this on the screen. Where is it? I just had a picture of it. Really?
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
No. Man, I can't think of his name. Holy shit. Well, fans, you'll have to tune in next time when I'll talk about his name. How's that? I'll tell you all.
You'll remember it tomorrow morning during breakfast. There you go.
Yeah, or if I have a beer right later or tomorrow or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, Killer Cross. Tessa Blanchard was on the card as well that night.
And she's a sweetheart too. Run across
she's
her a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. First, actually, seen her at ICW at the Holds Bar too. She fucking kicked Nick Gage's ass.
Oh yeah, I think I may have seen clips of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the chain ring, insane.
Yep.
There's stuff out there. Now you're gonna have to go back and watch it. Be like, wow, this shit's real. Now you hear about David Arquette on the news and shit. It's like, holy shit, this guy's. Have you seen that yet? The documentary.
He had some. He was in the ring and he was lacerated. He had some blood loss. He had to go get a blood transfusion. Things like that. I mean, what the hell was he doing?
He went to a death match. He stepped up to Nick Gage. That's what that was.
I mean, there's different ways to earn your stripes in the business, not to get them welded into your body.
But you know what? That night was really special though, because you know who was there wrestling on the show? It was oh God, he's on AEW. Oh my God, Jungle Boy.
Okay.
Because his father died that night. Remember, his father was in attendance that show in LA. Yeah.
Okay, that was all in the same show. Okay.
Yeah. Game Changers GCW LA show. Oh, if I could find the video.
Okay.
Yeah, LA. Pretty awesome, huh? Like,
yeah, for anybody listening out there, you know, Jungle Boy's father was Luke Perry. So
yeah, Luke Perry.
After that.
Mm-hmm. And that was like his, so.
And then you hear the stories of Luke just kind of like showing up, not really like making a big deal about being there, just kind of, you know, staying back in the shadows just to watch his boy do what he was doing. I mean,
yeah,
it was a supportive dad right there, proud papa moment, and you know, kind of hear everything, and just ended up being just so sad.
It was, man, it was. But you know what? I'll tell you what, Jungle's doing things that he's never done. You know.
He's amazing.
He's crazy. I'll tell you what, man. Him and Luchasaurus. My God, that guy's like a wall, like you know, like a giant, like holy, like
the things that he does in there. He's like a modern day phenom with the way that he's doing stuff in the ring. It's I mean, those that tag team's just, I love watching them work.
And Marco Stunt, of course, too.
And Marco Stunt.
Yes.
Let's physically throw him in there like a fastball.
And you know what? I've had all stunts on my podcast. I finally I had the father, I had both sons. had actually had Marco on his breakout moment when he actually, you know, from Game Changer Wrestling, when he first made his appearance at in New York City at the Lost New York show. And then he got popular, and you know what I mean? It's kind of all cool to like think of all these people. If I look back at the archives, I've had Pillman Jr., I've had all these other guys, and they're all on TV now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, here you got me on this podcast. Maybe, you know, I get that nice little rub, and I'll show up on AEW Dark, or you know, get a WWE tryout. You know, something. Maybe I'll show up at MLW.
Or you'll show up the Jersey Shore at a show. You never know. Yeah.
Hey, Jersey Shore. I got business cards that I put on out, and during my ring announcements, it says that Garrison Creed operates locations worldwide. And I'll tell you what, I take that shit seriously. So any place that you want to bring in the mercenary, I'll make it happen. Anywhere.
Yeah. Sounds like a deal. That sounds like a deal. You know. Everywhere. Listen, people, check this guy out.
That's the goal. Is to get the name out there and do what I do best, and entertain the folks worldwide.
And have fun. I mean, and have fun. You know, this world now, it's all politics and COVID. Come on, let's jump out of the shell and have fun. It's what we enjoy. Wrestling is what it is.
And if we don't. Back in June, I got you know, posts, you know, once everything was starting to open up from the quarantine, I was booking a show down in Oklahoma for Buzzsaw Championship Wrestling, and it was advertised as, and I believe it was the first, you know, officially sanctioned show. I know there's a couple of underground shows that still ran, but it was the first officially sanctioned, okayed by the state of Oklahoma show to run nationwide. And it actually tore at me for a little bit whether or not I should, you know, go and work for them, or I should stay in quarantine and be safe. And a couple of weeks of going back and forth on it until I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna, you know, and I announced it. I did a Facebook Live, and I went and told everybody, hey, this world has gone crazy with all this quarantine and the politics and everything. Everybody's stressed out. You have people losing their minds. I mean, cabin fever is completely extended from last winter, you know, straight on through spring. People are stuck at home, and they just need an escape. So I felt, and I still feel this way, very proud to be kind of at the front lines in the entertainment industry to provide an outlet to just let people relax a little bit and forget about the real world, be entertained, enjoy yourself, even if it is just for a 3-hour professional wrestling show.
And also for the kids as well, because you know what? Now they're stuck in quarantine at their schools and online schooling, and it's half days of school and this and that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much of a structure on there. Again, like I said earlier, I have a 10-year-old son, and his school district is doing all online. He likes that, but I'm sure it's not gonna be too long until he goes, "Hey, Dad, I miss my friends."
Yeah. I know. This is their mobile friends for quite a long time. You know.
Oh, you got Fortnite on there? I think that's what he uses.
Shh. No, kid. What's Fortnite? My nephews. I don't even know what that is. They are all actually to my two nephews. They do homeschooling, and my other two. My niece and my nephew do they actually go to the school. They go to a private school for in Pennsylvania. Actually, it's a really it's college. It's called Germantown Academy.
Oh, one of the really nice,
campus
private schools.
Campuses, yes, high security, you name it. Everything's
posh.
Yeah, it's like you need a code just to actually, got to be signed in every time you sign in to get to see him. But
much different than the way I went to school.
Yeah, right. I know. We never had a pass code to get into school. Just fucking snuck in the back door and just went to the class.
Back door of the locker room.
Yeah. Or to the gymnasium, just sit there and blend in with your friend, people that you don't even know, gym mates that you don't even know.
Yep.
But anyway, man, let's call it a night. I'm good to go. You're probably stiff. You want to try to stretch before you go to bed, and
I probably do a little bit yet. I got to hit the road at 7:00 tomorrow morning. To let the people know what's going on. I'm going out to film an episode of wrestling tonight for Chicagoland Championship Wrestling tomorrow, and then you can find me at Warrior Wrestling. You can find me at Warrior Wrestling for the next 3 Saturdays. September 19th, you can check me out on Facebook Live, I believe it's going to be for Rocket Professional Wrestling. We are going to be doing some live streaming of the Best in the Midwest tournament. October 3rd is going to be the first TV taping in Michigan City, Indiana for Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. You will see me face off against Marche Rocket and Shogun Chris Logan to be crowned the first Chicagoland Championship Wrestling champion. This guy.
Let me ask you this: you got any words for them? How about this? Listen, guys. Listen.
Easy. Come on in. Bring your A game. Bring the best that you got, because I want to beat the best in the Midwest and show the world who's the true inaugural Chicagoland Championship Wrestling champion, and have that be a lesson to everybody else. Watch me. I have a mission, a manifest destiny to go across nationwide and then worldwide to be making a name for myself, starting with Chicagoland Championship Wrestling.
You heard it here, guys. And also, where they could find merchandise and goodies like that as well.
Merchandise and social media. I am on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter. Just look up Garrisaon Creed, Garrisaon.
All down there.
No, you got Tyler Bodine on there.
Tyler, oh no! What the fuck? Hey, you know what? We're gonna take that off of there. Wait a minute, folks. What the hell? Watch this. I want to blink my eyes. Hold on, fans. Watch this. Technology. I'm telling you. Ding.
Now you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Garrisaon Creed, GarrisaonCreed. I am also found on Pro Wrestling Tees. Again, ProWrestlingTees.com /Garrisaon Creed. and you can find my T-shirts on there. Or if you want the link, send me a message. I'm pretty well answering any messages, interacting with fans, doing whatnot, and letting you know where you can see me next live.
Wait a minute. Hey, guess what? I just found it. Ooh, hey. Like 10 minutes later, folks. Technology. Wait a minute.
I know you could do it.
I know. So, like, I should have had this pre-done. Oh, we shut the whole system off. Nice, folks. You would have seen us leaving the podcast. Oh, great way to end the night. Let's see if I got this here. You go like this. All right. I'm probably going to have this 2 times, but you know what? Who cares? No, I lost it. Really? Whatever. You're on there. All right. You're good to go. I'll be sure I post that again.
All right. Again, check me out on Facebook. I can send you links, let you know where it's at. Or, hey, best bet, check me out on a show live.
Live, baby, live. That's what I've been saying lately. Live, baby, live. Gets people amped up. They're like, what are you saying? I'm just saying I like live wrestling, and I'm a lot,
in person.
Garrisaon, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Let's do this again. I would like to have you come back again and again and again and again and again and again.
I'll do it. I'll be here. Just let me know when.
Mm-hmm. You have a good night, my friend.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yep. Do I got any podcasts this week? I got to think now. Have a good night. I'm probably taking it easy for the weekend. I think I have the whole Chicago roster ready. But who else am I going to get? I will stay tuned. You'll never know who'll come on the podcast. Fans, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter @DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Instagram @DavidNJ36. Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. 2 entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level, a symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell Podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.